Hey there. Tonight, we step away from the harsh glow of screens, the constant pings of notifications, and the never-ending spin of deadlines, to begin a timeless journey, one that drifts through stone-paved squares where the wind whispers gently, and where ancient Greek and Roman philosophers once sat in silence, writing down quiet reflections in the stillness of night. You're living in a time that never goes quiet. The moment you wake up, anxiety rushes in. Messages blinking, headlines shouting, deadlines stalking you like shadows. Somewhere in the back of your mind, a voice says, "I'm behind, I'm not enough, I'm losing control." You might think this is a modern experience. But 2,000 years ago, people felt the same way, just with different words. They woke to war drums, public executions, economic collapse, political betrayals. And yet, somehow, they still managed to carry themselves with calm. And from this ancient turmoil came a strange kind of wisdom. Stoicism wasn't born to make you feel powerful or successful. It wasn't designed to help you win. It was created for survival, mental survival, in a world you couldn't control. It doesn't promise to fix your environment. It just teaches you how to manage the one thing you can truly control, yourself. So, before you rely on another anti-anxiety app, another soothing voice, or expensive retreat, take a moment. Sit still. Let Marcus, Epictetus, and Seneca whisper back across time. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to steady your hand on the oar. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Let me know where you're watching from and what time it is for you right now. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Wherever you are right now, this story is for you. Maybe you're a student drowning in deadlines, wondering if it'll ever be enough. Maybe you're working full-time, each email slicing away at the few quiet moments you try to keep for yourself. Or maybe you're just awake at 1 a.m., asking questions that don't have easy answers. Who am I? What's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way, even when nothing's really wrong? Maybe you picked up Marcus Aurelius's Meditations once and dropped it. It felt too dry, too distant, too ancient. That's okay. You don't have to understand all of it. You just need to listen, gently. Because here's the truth. What disturbs you is not what happens, but how you interpret it. Marcus didn't write for you or for anyone else. He wrote to himself. In cold military tents, surrounded by political chaos and illness, Marcus wrote so he wouldn't forget what mattered. He wrote to stay present, to stop his mind from unraveling. That's what Stoicism really is. Not about suppressing emotion, but about sitting with it, naming it, and letting it pass. Anxiety, it's like a passing cloud. You don't have to fight it. You just have to stop running from it. Like a Roman soldier standing still in the forum while the world swirls and yells around him, you choose stillness, just for a moment. Because sometimes peace isn't found in quiet places. It's found inside you, when you stop letting the world decide how you feel.
What
If you lost everything, your freedom, your property, your name, what would you still have? Epictetus was born a slave, not metaphorically, literally. He was someone's possession, a line item on a list. His owner, a Roman official, powerful, impatient, known to lash out. Some stories say he would twist Epictetus's leg just for amusement. One day, he twisted too far. The bone snapped. Epictetus didn't scream, didn't beg. He simply said, "I warned you, you were about to break it." That moment, which could have broken any soul, became his proof. The body could be changed, but the mind could not. Later, he would write, "You may fetter my leg, but my will remains free." And that idea, that's the core of Stoicism. You can't control what happens to you. You can only control how you respond. Epictetus didn't teach wishful thinking. He lived at the bottom of the social order, beaten, owned, ignored. And yet, from that very depth, he built a kind of freedom that emperors came to admire. After his release, he could have chased fame or luxury. Instead, he chose a simple life. One cloak, one staff, one quiet room. But within him, a mind sharper than any sword, calmer than any temple. Centuries later, a young Roman emperor named Marcus Aurelius would take Epictetus's notes with him into battle. Among the tents and blood and silence, Marcus would turn to the words of the crippled slave and find guidance. Pause for a moment. Today, you feel panic when a meeting is delayed. You spiral when your inbox explodes. You feel crushed when someone says something unkind. Epictetus wouldn't say, "Don't worry." He'd ask, "Is this under your control? If it isn't, let it go. If it is, act on it, calmly." This is the Stoic gift to modern minds, not the power to change the world, but the strength to not be changed by it. Peace doesn't come from quiet streets or perfect plans. It comes from within, from a mind that knows how to breathe through fire. Because you don't live in your circumstances, you live in your interpretation of them. And anxiety? Often, it's just your mind trying to control what was never yours in the first place. Epictetus reminds us, if you wish to be free, desire nothing outside your own control. A thought, repeated gently, is more powerful than 1,000 commands. Imagine being the most powerful man in the world and still having no one to confide in. That was Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, ruler of the known world, commander of armies, keeper of borders, voice of law. But at night, on cold, muddy campaigns, surrounded by soldiers snoring beside dying embers, Marcus was alone, with only a flickering oil lamp and the sound of his own thoughts. So he wrote, not proclamations, not orders, just private notes, quiet reminders to himself. What we now call meditations wasn't meant for anyone's eyes. It was a journal, a lifeline, for a man trying not to lose his mind in a world that demanded too much. Don't let your mind become a fortress under siege. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. It's not what happens to you that hurts. It's your judgment of it. Marcus had anxiety. He had sleepless nights. He was betrayed. He felt overwhelmed. He wanted peace. But instead of running, he wrote, not to silence the storm, but to understand it, not to erase emotion, but to avoid being controlled by it. This is one of the most human truths of Stoicism. Even emperors feel fragile, but with the right mindset, that fragility becomes strength. Marcus didn't escape war. He walked through it and built peace in the only place he could, inside. Each night, he would return to his little notebook. He wasn't writing to sound wise. He was just trying to stay sane. He'd scribble, "Today, someone insulted me, but I remembered I'm the one who decides whether that matters." This act of mental hygiene was his therapy, and it can be yours too. Try it tonight. Grab a notebook. Write down one worry. Then ask, is this under my control? If not, let it go, like a cloud. If yes, do one small action, gentle, calm, intentional. You don't need to master the world. Just master the 5 inches between your temples. That's your mind. And that's the place where even emperors knelt to listen. You don't have to be an emperor or a philosopher to live like a Stoic. You just have to begin your morning quietly, intentionally, and awake. Stoicism isn't some academic theory to be debated in dusty halls. It's a daily habit, small, simple, but powerful enough to steer a frantic mind back towards stillness. 1. Morning silence. Marcus Aurelius rose early, not to check messages, not to plan military campaigns, but to sit in silence. When you arise in the morning, he wrote, remind yourself, I am privileged to be alive, to breathe, to think, to feel. Try that before the phone, before the chaos. Sit, breathe. 1 minute. Remind yourself, I'm not here to react. I'm here to live with intention. 2. Write down what you can't control. Epictetus taught his students to divide everything into 2 columns. Things within your control, things outside your control. Simple, yes. But it's one of the most healing practices you'll ever try. Grab a piece of paper. Write down what's bothering you. That upcoming project. Someone else's attitude. Your health. Global events. Then ask, is this within my control? If not, cross it out. If yes, take one small action, not to fix everything, just to own your side of it. 3. Pause 3 seconds before reacting. Seneca once said, Anger is a flame that scorches the mind, and anxiety is a flame that burns the breath. Next time you feel that emotional surge, anger, panic, shame, pause. Just 3 seconds. Breathe. Step back in your mind. Ask, is this reaction useful? You'll start to notice how many things don't deserve your peace. These 3 habits, morning silence, writing what you can't control, pausing before reacting, won't change the world, but they will change how you walk through it. And the best part? You don't need an app. You don't need anyone's permission. Just your awareness and the quiet knowledge that you still have a choice. Today might be noisy, but there's a quiet place inside you that no one can touch. Stoicism is the path back to it. We've been taught that peace comes from control. Control your schedule. Control your job. Control your relationships. Control your future. But the more we try to grip everything, the more everything seems to slip through our fingers. Stoicism offers the opposite. Peace doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from not being controlled by anything. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You don't need to react to every trigger. You can choose peace. Seneca once wrote, "You always have the option to not have an opinion." It's not the world that disturbs you, it's how you interpret it. So ask yourself, how many times have you suffered not from life, but from expectation? Someone didn't text back. A plan went sideways. Something unfair happened. You couldn't change it, but you could change your inner response. From anger to curiosity, from anxiety to acceptance, from control to letting go. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you let go of your need to control everything, you'll find freedom begins there." That's the quiet miracle of Stoicism. It doesn't demand that you be unshakable. It simply invites you to practice calm, one small moment at a time. When someone offends you, you can choose silence. When work is overwhelming, you can choose one breath. When the world feels chaotic, you can choose to remember, I don't need to control everything. I just need to keep myself. Maybe the world won't change, but you, trained daily in stillness, will walk through it differently. And maybe someone watching you will learn to breathe again, too. The room doesn't need to be perfectly quiet. Your mind doesn't have to be empty, just slower. Let your breath soften, like a breeze passing through ancient marble halls, where once the Stoics sat, not to preach, just to listen. Maybe today you worried more than you needed to. Maybe you carried more weight than anyone saw. Maybe you reacted quickly because it felt like the only way to protect yourself. But Stoicism doesn't ask you to be perfect. It only asks you to remember that there's still a quiet place inside you where no one else decides who you are, where you don't owe anyone an explanation, where you don't need to fix or fight or prove anything. Just you, breathing, here, enough. Imagine walking beside Marcus down a darkened Roman corridor. He says nothing, just rests his hand on your shoulder. And in the silence, you feel it. You'll be okay. Not because life is easy, but because you're learning how to be still, even when it isn't.